Turkish Airlines presents Business Africa.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Business Africa. I'm your host, Afolake Oniloye. The top stories this week. Africa's green economy is set to create 3.3 million jobs by 2030, driven by solar energy and climate-smart agriculture, according to a report. Zenith Bank Plc launches its Paris branch, a major milestone in its global expansion strategy, coinciding with Nigerian President's historic state visit to France, the first in 20 years. Côte d'Ivoire's mining industry is undergoing a transformation with new initiatives focused on boosting gold production, developing local talent, and promoting sustainable practices. With Africa's youth population projected to surpass 800 million by 2050, the green economy offers a vital pathway for sustainable development and employment. A report by FSD Africa and Shortlist highlight 5 sectors with significant job-creating potential across the continent.
Africa has the potential to create up to 3.3 million direct jobs in the green economy by 2030, driven by solar energy, electric vehicles and climate-smart agriculture, according to the report Forecasting Green Jobs in Africa by FSD Africa and Shortlist. The report highlights 5 key areas: energy, transportation, agriculture, construction and manufacturing. Solar energy alone could generate 1.7 million jobs, while climate-smart agricultural technologies and ecosystem conservation could add 700,000 jobs. Nature-based solutions like reforestation also contribute to both sustainability and job creation. 5 countries, South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Ethiopia and the DRC could generate 700,000 green jobs by 2030, about 22% of Africa's total. 60% of green jobs will require skilled labour, 10% needing degrees, 30% certifications and 20% administrative skills, while 40% will be unskilled roles with potential for growth. Scaling solar energy faces hurdles such as limited financing, technical expertise and grid infrastructure. Public-private partnerships, like Kenya's solar farm in Garissa, which powers 600,000 homes, demonstrate how collaboration can address these challenges. The report estimates that unlocking Africa's green potential requires over $100 billion annually for infrastructure, training and policy reforms.
Joining us today is Dr. Mali Fofana, Global Executive and African Director of the Green Growth Institute. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Now, how can African countries ensure equitable access to green jobs in both urban and rural areas?
African countries can leverage a combination of 3 elements. One is just the policy side, the education, but also infrastructure development. For example, rural areas can benefit from decentralized green energy projects, such as off-grid solutions, which not only provide energy, but also create opportunity in installations, maintenance, and sale as a job. On the other side, when you look at the urban area, I think the government can focus on large-scale renewable energy projects, for example, green constructions or electric vehicle infrastructure as well. Creating jobs in both, bridging the skill gap is quite important as well. But I think when you look at that in different perspectives, the key challenges in that particular aspect is also bridging the skill gap between the rural areas, but also the urban populations, which can be addressed by offering vocational training, for example, program in renewable energy technology, but also green constructions. This requires partnership with international organizations, but also businesses can help to provide financial resources for the capacity building and workforce development.
What are the key challenges in scaling solar energy for job creation and how can they be addressed?
First of all, it's linked to the financing part, technical capacity and grid infrastructure as well. Many African countries lack of financial resources and technical expertise to scale solar energy effectively. Government can address these challenges, I think, by promoting public-private partnership to finance solar projects. Moreover, I will say capacity building for local businesses to manufacture solar component or install system can create additional jobs while enhancing sustainability. So expanding the grid infrastructure to accommodate solar energy is another critical challenge that can be overcome by increasing investment in grid expansion and storage technology. In terms of learn from other countries like DRC, Ethiopia, or Kenya, or Nigeria as well, they have made significant strides on creating green jobs. For example, Senegal, they have a project on climate smart agriculture on the Senegal River Valley, helping on replacing diesel pump to a solar irrigation system, would have a potential of 20,000 green jobs created in short and longer term. Kenya have also made advancement in wind and solar energy with projects like Lake Turkana wind power, contributing to creating jobs as well. So I think we can learn from other countries and help really the new countries when they move, making those policy in place, reducing the learning curve, and just come up with the result expected.
I'm curious to know how ecosystem-based solutions can support sustainability and help create jobs.
Projects like reforestation, agroforestry, or wetland restoration provide jobs in conservation, land management, and ecosystem restoration, while helping to mitigate climate change and preserve biodiversity. Some countries like Kenya push a lot of example in that direction, and Ethiopia for national, for example, tree planting initiative that not only contribute to carbon sequestration, but also create jobs for local community in tree planting and nursery management. Nature-based solutions can also improve agriculture productivity, particularly for smallholder farmers, through better land management practice that enhance soil fertility and water retention as well. So having those practices will help really to create, let's say, a joint environment when it comes to nature, and also helping country to preserve their natural capital, which is quite important nowadays.
Thanks so much for those insights.
Thank you. Thank you too as well.
Amid decline in European influence in Africa, Nigeria's Zenith Bank Plc has opened a new branch in Paris, marking a major step in its global expansion strategy. This move aims to strengthen trade and investment ties between Europe and Africa.
Zenith Bank has opened its Paris branch, a subsidiary of Zenith Bank Limited, to enhance trade and investment between Europe and Africa. The branch, inaugurated on the 27th of November by Nigeria's Finance Minister, Wale Edun, will provide corporate banking, trade finance and treasury services. Group Managing Director Dame Adaora Umuoji emphasised the branch's role in strengthening Nigeria-France trade, noting that Nigeria accounts for 20% of France's trade with sub-Saharan Africa. She highlighted plans to use the Paris branch as a gateway to Francophone Africa, with upcoming subsidiaries in Ivory Coast and Cameroon. The launch aligns with President Emmanuel Macron's pro-business agenda, which has strengthened Nigeria-France trade links and brought 4 Nigerian banks to France. Key Nigerian business leaders also highlighted the broader implications of this expansion.
I think the more of these our great banks come and invest here, and our entrepreneurs will strengthen that relationship between us and France. And we are looking at other areas dealing with a lot of French companies through the French-Nigerian Business Council. So there are quite a lot of things happening.
Alhaji Abdul Samad Rabiu, chairman of BUA Group, emphasised the potential economic benefits.
There's going to be a lot more money, going to Nigeria, of course, in euros, dollars, from Zenith Bank, because the fact that they are here in France, the bank is here in France, they are going to get quite a lot of money, and we are hoping that a lot of that money will be channeled to Nigeria in dollars so that we can spur more development. Manufacturing is key. Agriculture is a very important thing that we need to address, and we are looking for partners, that will come and support, help, to address the issue of food security in Nigeria.
The inauguration coincided with a historic state visit to France by Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the first such visit by a Nigerian leader in 20 years.
Côte d'Ivoire's mining sector is undergoing a significant transformation as the government increases artisanal mining permits to attract investment. However, the growth of informal mining operations and environmental challenges remain a concern. Our correspondent has the details.
Faced with economic challenges, Ivory Coast is relying on its mining and energy resources to revitalize growth. These strategic sectors could redefine national priorities. This trade show is an opportunity to promote the full utilization of mining, oil and energy potential, which are underexploited reservoirs of growth and key pillars of development.
majeur et essentiel de développement.
Beyond the numbers, Ivory Coast mining sector is undergoing a profound transformation. Between job creation and enhancement of local skills, it is becoming a lever for human development. This sector now offers around 20,000 quality permanent jobs. Particularly in training, we are focused on developing the potential and talent pool of Ivorians to support the sector's growth today. With gold production estimated at 55 tons in 2024, Ivory Coast aims to double the contribution of extractive industries to GDP by 2030. The inaugural edition of the International Extractive and Energy Resources Exhibition in Abidjan is becoming a key event for transforming these sectors into drivers of the economy.
And that wraps up this edition of Business Africa. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Africanews for more in-depth business stories and the latest updates, or visit us online at africanews.com.
Business Africa was presented by Turkish Airlines.